Hi everyone, I'm Amena, and welcome back, explorers, to, well, my vlog! And any random stranger that might, peep in on occasion. Because, quite frankly, I'm pretty sure people do come by and maybe take a look. They don't always say anything. Actually, most people don't say anything. But you know what? That doesn't matter. The fact that I'm doing these videos is a step in the right direction. And at least my message that I put out there at the end of every single one of my videos is getting out there and being heard. Even if it's by a very small amount of people. But if they hear it, they might share my content with people they might think are like me, or know are like me. But either way, there's a number of things I want to touch on. One, when talking to a person who is transgender, you don't ask them if are you a man or are you a woman. The thing is, they're a trans woman, they're a trans man. In our community, we are trans, if you want to say something. But please, whatever you do, don't ask those gender-specific... No, I shouldn't say gender. I should say sex-specific questions. Because, quite frankly, people have a nasty habit of associating one sex with their gender. That doesn't make any sense, especially since we're not computers. We are not a binary. It does not work for us. By trying to force people into a system that is meant for computers and not for people, not for nature, that system doesn't work. It really doesn't. Oh, and by the way, I know what you're gonna think. Computers are based on the human brain, therefore, we are. You know what? A computer is a very complex piece of machinery that comes nowhere close to the human brain. It is a facsimile of a human brain that might be able to go really, really fast, but you know what? It doesn't have thought processes. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't have emotions. It doesn't have identities. To be quite frank, most computers are not data. And, yeah, Data is one of those, androids who's played by an actor who is a human being like the rest of us. So get that idea out of your head. So, yeah. And before I get stuck on that, it's time to go on to something else. Now, well, yeah, I'm kind of still stuck on it. Here's the thing. People love to put other people into boxes. Oh, that person is a guy. That person over there is a girl. That person over there is... What is that? I don't like saying that, but that's exactly what they do. And it's really sickening when there is evidence that there's more than that box. There's evidence in nature. There's evidence all around us. And quite frankly, it's pretty interesting to note that there are still places in the world that acknowledge at least 5 genders. So, saying there's only 2 does not fly. Oh. And as far as what was said last week about how can little ones tell us who they are if we don't give them resources to help them learn that there's more than what they're being taught. Something else to know. The right thing to call a person if you're not sure, if you have no idea, and quite frankly, if you have no idea, and when you come right down to it, nobody really does have any idea. What you really should be doing is using they, them, theirs pronouns for anyone you might meet. Or you could do this, which makes a whole lot of sense. It's nice to meet you, but what pronouns do you use? Use that, especially if they don't seem like they're, well, you know, the pox type. However, there will be people saying, no, you don't do that. You listen. You will listen to how people act. You know what? No. You can listen all you want, but if a person is trying to preserve their life, they are going to do what they can to pass as that box type so they don't get murdered. So the whole you listen doesn't work. So, yeah, as you can tell, some things happened over the week that really got my goat. Speaking of which, I should probably get Goat Simulator just because I hear it's funny. And therefore, we go on to another thought and hopefully more humorous content. But, you know, Random Thoughts Vlog is about some serious stuff, but it's also about the stuff that makes me happy. You know, being able to go from something like that and to deal with it. What I do is play the games I enjoy, I record those games, I edit them, I make videos, and I upload them to YouTube because it helps with the stress of things like that. It helps me deal with it. There are games that I love, and yes, for Steam, I basically call myself a game collector. Even if I don't get around to playing every single title, I collect them because they're worth collecting. And I will try to play each and every single one. Yes, some of the games I have are retro, DOS, for example, some Sega stuff, Atari. I got them to add to my collection because they are nostalgia to me. These are the games I grew up with, or at least some of them. But I also want to get a hold of other games. One I'm really looking at is Shantae and everything in its franchise because Shantae is a half teen. I like teenies. I also like witches. Think I Dream of Jeannie and Bewitched or something like that. So yeah. Oh, and pirates. There are guilty pleasure movies. So I enjoy those, but mostly I enjoy spreading one little phrase at the end of every single one of my videos because it's something that should help others like me realize that there's nothing wrong with them, that they can be themselves. They don't have to hide. You know, I know in current situations, they might feel like they have to. You know, laws have to change. And quite frankly, I'm tired of people saying some really nasty, sickening stuff about me, about others just like me. And quite frankly, those things, those people say, they really need to start looking in the mirror and realize maybe they are talking about themselves. And aside from that, I want to go back to talking about the games. Oh, that's right. Recently, Mojang did an April Fool's Day. I have not seen a single YouTube creator, Minecraft content creator, actually try to play that April Fool's update all the way through with given goals. You know, it's like they pop in and they just show things, but they don't actually try to survive in that world for very long. I want to try to do a shareware 5-day run. That means 5 Minecraft days and nights. But to actually make it more interesting, what I'm going to do is kind of sort of spice a little bit of doom with it. You know, it's like, oh wait, this this isn't Doom. But yeah, we'll find out if this is actually gonna work. My little April Fool's thing was a cow, or a cow onesie, and actually, come to think of it, that would be nice to actually have in real life. That it would be something I would be wearing on April Fool's Day. But that would be about the only time. For Easter, I don't know. I don't think there's any bunny onesies. But I do know there are Rudolph onesies for, Christmas. Well, either way. So, you know that. I still have not done Rogue Reaper. I'm planning on it. But when it comes, I don't know. I might try to do, don't hold me to this, but I might try to do Rogue Reaper as a stream when I'm elsewhere. But again, as I said, don't hold me to it. I'm afraid we might have run out of time, so I'm gonna leave you guys with this. If you have been enjoying my content, please feel free to leave a like and or subscribe. You can also leave a comment down below in the comment section. And as always, be true to you. Amena, signing out.
Tell me like a Hellcat.